Hello and welcome. My name is Brittany and this is Brittany Allen Crafts. I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you guys today. I am going to show you how to make this windmill right here that is completely made out of metal. So if you like this video, I'd love to have you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So this is what I use for the base. It is a potato masher, and then here is this yard ornament. I'm going to start off by removing the inside of the flower, and I found the best way to do this was to flatten it out, and then it just kind of broke apart. And then I use my little tool and I just loosen it up a little bit, and then I just take that bad boy off. And here I'm just showing you that first piece you can fold back out. Alright, so now I'm taking my chalk pen and I am marking the spots for my fiance to clip off the rounded ends of the flower. So then I'm just taking my wire cutters and using the tips of them to cut off the rough edges. And he's just taking some wire cutters to clip those off. It was actually really easy. So now at the edges of the round spot in the middle, I am just folding those and bending them off. I then took my needle nose pliers and it was actually a lot easier and it bent off a lot more even. And I promise you all this looks more difficult than it is, and it's worth it to have a fully metal windmill. So now I'm taking a 120-180 grit sandpaper and just sanding off all of the edges, and it just really was simple and it smoothed out really easily. And just run your fingers over it and you'll pretty much know when it's ready. So now I'm using chalk paint in the color ink to paint that potato masher. And at first I was going to use one of the makeup sponges, but then I realized that I was not liking the way it was turning out. So then I just used a paintbrush. And now I'm using a paintbrush to stipple on some acrylic paint in the color Pavement. And now I'm just using some white acrylic paint to splotch over that. And I'm just trying to make it look galvanized. So then I just used my finger to rub off any places that were too much. And now I'm taking that floral wire from Dollar Tree and I am painting it black with the color ink and chalk paint. And I'm not really sure how many coats I did. I just kept turning it around and painting it, and then I would just turn it over some more and keep painting it until it was fully black. So now I'm taking my needle nose wire cutters and clipping that off and figuring out about how long I need each piece to be. You could just cut one long piece and run it from side to side, but I preferred to cut each individual piece so that it was a lot cleaner and wasn't overlapping in the back. So now I'm just figuring out what size I want those pieces to be, and you'll want them to be a little bit longer than the gap so that you'll have room to glue them on securely onto each piece. Once I figured out how long I wanted them, I lined them up next to each other to make sure they were all the same size. If they were a little off, it was okay because you would not be able to tell. So now I'm just putting some hot glue. I was trying to use the ridges in between to stick the metal pieces, the pieces of wire, if that makes sense. And then just gluing the windmill wing right onto the centerpiece. And I wanted to go ahead and show you how to do each one because it was a bit of a process getting to figure out how to do it. So if you just watch how I do mine, then you'll see a better way to get them all lined up. So yeah. Okay, so right here is where it gets a little tricky. So just set it up and try to see where you're going to want it. And then you may have to move it around while the hot glue is still wet. But it's really not hard, and I'm telling you guys, I am in love with this thing, and it just really is just awesome having a real metal. Alright, so now that we have the last wing put on, we are now going to glue, and I'm telling you guys, I piled on the glue to hold this on, and I actually forgot to record where I loaded on more hot glue on top of it once I had it glued on right here. And this is me just showing you how I did that. I mean, I put a lot on, so this thing is not going anywhere, and also I used Gorilla Hot Glue. So here it is, guys. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. It is so cute. And it even has that, like, you know, not perfect rustic farmhouse just feel to it. So I hope you really like it, guys. Yeah, and this is how I set it up on my table on top of my wood piece. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel to grow, and I appreciate it so much.